Chiefs Kingdom, welcome to our bye week episode here on the channel. After that tough loss to the Buffalo Bills in week 9, the Kansas City Chiefs get a little breathing room here in week 10, but we don't have that much breathing room, if you know what I mean. Today, we're diving into what a bye week really means, why this rest matters for our guys, and where we stand in the playoff picture as of right now. So let's get started. Now, y'all, every NFL team plays 17 games in an 18-week span. That means that during that 18-week span, each team gets one bye week. It's a week off, if you will. And in this 2025 season, the bye weeks are occurring between weeks 5 and 14. So, for example, it's week 10. Our Kansas City Chiefs are in their bye week. Why the break, y'all? Physical rest. Players can have the opportunity to heal any nagging injuries, give their bodies a much needed chance to recover somewhat. It's a mental reset, time away from the grind. They can chill and do film sessions. They can travel with their families. This helps avoid burnout. And then there's a strategic advantage to a bye week as well. It gives the teams extra time to install tweaks, correct mistakes, and prepare for the upcoming opponents that they will see after the bye week. Now, it matters because teams coming off a bye week generally show improved performance, especially when they capitalize on this week of rest and extra time. Now, Coach Reed has generally been pretty strong coming off the bye week. He holds a 21-4 record following a regular season bye week. So that's a pretty good percentage, 84% winning percentage there. Now, this is the best mark in NFL history among coaches. So this is pretty good for his part. There is a catch, though. When both teams are coming off a bye week, Andy Reid's record generally drops significantly in those scenarios. Now, what this all means for the Chiefs is that with the Bills loss pretty fresh, this week isn't truly a break, but it's a reset, a much needed reset. It's our chance to heal, fix our mistakes, especially from that Buffalo game, and load up for the second half of this season. Now, injury and health management is a big part of the bye week. Players often get more time in rehab. There's fewer full speed practice reps as well. And so there's more rest, which is good for their bodies. Now, for Kansas City, a prime example of this is Isaiah Pacheco. He is week to week with that MCL sprain, as we have seen. And so this gives him more time to recover. They sat him last week against the Buffalo Bills, giving him last week and this current week 10 bye week to heal, and then they'll analyze him coming out of the bye week to see how he's doing, how that recovery is going. Now, with film and game plan focus during a bye week too, without a game this week, coaches can dive deeper into scouting the upcoming opponents, installing new plays because we know we need them, and to fix any issues. For example, pass protection breakdowns, third down inefficiencies, just to name a few things that we need to fix. Now, there's also the mental break and team bonding aspect of a bye week as well. Players often travel during this time. They spend time with their family and they refresh mentally. And this is a really key part of staying sharp through a long season, as it is in any aspect of any individual's life. Now, there's also depth and rotation work during this time as well. So younger players or backups, they're still grinding through this time. They're working on that individual work. Coaches can evaluate the depth and get ready for the second half push. So this is the opportunity, maybe not to rest necessarily for those backup guys and those younger guys, but they're grinding constantly and putting in work because you never know when an opportunity will come for you to be able to have your number called. Now, key Chiefs players with injuries and what their return would mean. Let's talk about that. We've already mentioned Isaiah Pacheco week to week with that MCL sprain that he sustained when we played the Commanders that week. His backup role is important, but his return would restore balance in the run game and really take pressure off of Mahomes, especially since they're not quite using Brashard Smith as much as I'd like for them to. And we haven't seen Elijah Mitchell. I surely thought we'd see Elijah Mitchell in last week's game against the Bills, but we saw a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire instead. So I forgot that we still had him on our roster. Anyway, Jawan Taylor is another player that was listed as questionable for the Buffalo Bills game with that ankle issue, but his health and his recovery is really key for protecting Patrick Mahomes and stabilizing the line. Someone else that keep an eye on, we've kind of kept an eye on him all season long, is Xavier Worthy. He's been dealing with the shoulder in the week 1 game against the Chargers and then the shoulder ankle issues this season period. So getting him back to full strength adds another explosive weapon to the offense, but we just really need to get him back at full strength. I don't think we've seen him at full strength at any point this season other than the first three plays in the first game of the season. Josh Simmons, y'all, he is back from a personal leave of absence, and this bye week allows him to get reacclimated into the game plan. So there are several other players on IR or who are limited, of course. So again, the bye week allows staff to map out their timelines and adjust accordingly. So with the return of some of these players, fresh legs, y'all, the offense would become less predictable. And when Juwan Taylor is healthy, the pass rush impact on Mahomes drops. And Juwan Taylor's been playing pretty good this season so far. I know I've given him a lot of flack in many episodes and over the last couple of seasons here for the amount of penalties, but he's been playing pretty clean this season, so we need to keep that up. Now, where the Chiefs stand, let's talk about where the Chiefs stand in the playoff picture as of right now. So after week 9, the Chiefs are 5-4. We remain in the hunt, but not comfortably ahead by any means. So we are just like, if the season were to end right now, we're just outside the current playoff seeding picture, despite the winning record. And if you take a look around the AFC, it's pretty wild right now. Okay. So if the season were to end today, we wouldn't have that guaranteed playoff spot. We wouldn't have that guaranteed seed, which is kind of a weird spot to be in if you are a fan of these recent years of the Patrick Mahomes era, if you will. So we've got to lock up a playoff spot via wins, especially wins in our division. So this bye is even more critical when you consider this information because it comes at a time when our margin for error is pretty much gone. It didn't just shrink, it is gone. We can't make mistakes. We can't keep shooting ourselves in the foot. We can't lose any more games. Winning after the bye week is going to start the momentum that our team desperately needs to win. And then also, the division is tough. So every game matters for tiebreakers. And we're going to jump into this a little bit more in a different episode later this week. Now, what the Chiefs need to do here is they need to use this week. Hopefully, they're using this week to fix what's been broken, get healthier, and start trending upward. We have gone up and down all season long. And it is really frustrating to watch and see because we know how good this team is and how good this team can be. And we have seen them starting to trend upwards, but then a few pieces are just not there. So we need to get all of this together because from here on out, the schedule gets tougher and postseason seeding becomes even more important than ever. So y'all, this isn't just a week off for Chiefs Kingdom. It's our reset. It's a chance to heal. It's a chance to sharpen, and it's a chance to reload. So drop in the comments below. Tell me what's one issue that you want our team to fix during this bye week. And don't forget to hit that bell, like, subscribe, and I'll see you for my next episode. As always, go Chiefs.